FashionistaSims. We're back with our Sunday speed build. I'm building a 1990s retro house. And I remember back in the 1990s there being lots of houses that looked like this. It was a really popular, I guess you would say, pattern. You'll see in a moment why. I put a huge brick chimney on the front. I remember lots of houses looking like this back then. I did put as much of retro as I could. Of course, the TVs, there's no flat screens, there's nothing like that. They didn't have anything like that back in, well, maybe in the later 90s, but in the parts I remember, there was mostly your big box TVs that weighed like 500 pounds. You tried to pick them up. I don't know why I always go down the basement, but I do. There's not even a basement there. I love how it turned out. I think I say that every week, though. I love the real big brick chimney in the front. And I used a lot for the dog park, so I made a huge deck on the side. There was a lot of those back then. I'm sure there's houses like that still standing. I'm sure that's something that long ago. Where you had your patio, your grill, your places to lounge in if it's warm, if you wanted to get a suntan, things like that. All that stuff was in it. And kind of a little hideaway hedge most of the way around. It's of course where the stairs are and things like that. I couldn't really do much of that. That kind of gives you a little bit of privacy. And they usually had like a little archway to go from the outside into like at least a little bit of a place to get, you know, if it's raining, snowing, you know, a little place where you don't get soaking wet and you can still walk in and walk into your house. So it's like a little, I guess you consider it a breezeway maybe or something, where you're not actually inside the house, but you're out of the elements. Which I may build more houses like that. I think it's really cool. There were back in those 80s, 90s, even some probably in the 70s. You had more of your flowery, like, furniture and stuff. And there's still furniture out like that. But a lot of people I knew had flower patterned couches and chairs and whatever. I didn't really see much of that on here, or probably not any at all. I don't think I saw any. So I used more of the solid colors in the living room. I think, well, actually, my daughter Angel saw this, and she said her favorite room was the bathroom, the blue bathroom. So there you go. You never know what somebody's gonna pick on it. This is kind of the collab with Nicole, which is at GenieSims. She's going to make a 1990s retro sim to live in the house. I don't know if she's just going to play, or if she's actually going to do maybe a let's play with her or him. I'm not sure on that part. But she wanted to do kind of a collab with me. At first she was considering sharing the house with me, and I told her the shell wouldn't really take that long probably to build. She says, well, it depends on how much work detail you do into the shell. And I said, well, that's true. But you don't usually, I mean, unless you just do a humongous amount of different stuff on your outside of your house, and I don't see the shell taking as long. I decided to go with the pinks in the kitchen. I thought it looked really nice. I got away from the flower pattern because I couldn't really find a floor to match the pink. I think that the pattern that's in there now matches pretty dang well. I really wish they would have more things you could color, or that were colored, that would match. Because the cabinets and all, they're pretty close, but they're not gonna, they're not completely a perfect match. But I do what I can. I try to find things as closely as I can get them. Because, I mean, a lot of people would love to have a bathroom that, you know, that matches. There was no blue toilets at all, really. I mean, nothing, mostly potty chairs. I kind of went with a darker theme on the bathtub. I thought it looked very nice, and the rug kind of complements it too. I had hell with curtains, though, finding curtains to match these colors. I had to settle for some curtains I really wasn't happy with in the bathroom. But it was about all that fit that looked around that color. Well, I think I used white, in fact, because I couldn't find a blue that matched. As you can see, I went through, I don't know how many things of curtains on these windows from... Well, they actually are blue, I forgot. But the blues are pretty nice, I think. I really wanted to use the pink still, but it really wasn't the same color as the... And another reason why I changed, because in none of the houses I was ever in the 90s ever had anything but burners like you see now on the stove. They had the upraised burners. Now, I don't know about people that may have had, you know, huge immaculate kitchens. There may have been different things. I'm just going by what I saw and experienced in the 90s. I had to move windows around everything else, trying to get the curtains to fit. I had to add more lights, actually. They actually look black because of the shading in the room. I know they're white, but they didn't look white. I wanted it to look nice. See? They look black. I didn't really care for those curtains too much, but I added a couple of lights and it brightened them back up to a white color, so I'm happy with it. And lots of people have bread boxes, dish drainers. Of course, everybody has paper towels. Little things like that were popular, of course. And I used to have a bread box, but I think they get tore up. But, you know, that's the way things go. I love the wicker furniture, and it was very popular back then, too. I think the pink on the chairs matched the casing around the table at the tabletop itself was white. That doesn't matter because there's white in the kitchen anyway. There's white and pink, so you could actually complement any of those with that. You could use white or pink or whatever. I had no idea that plant was that huge. I was like, oh my god, and those two. Some of them are pretty good size. I had a huge area there to try to fill something with. I was like, what in the world am I putting in that area? Why not a bar? Heck yeah, everybody that wants a bar in their kitchen. Why not? Well, maybe if you drink or entertain, you might. Love those potted plants there. I thought they were pretty. I love the way the legs and the vases look. I was going to use the chairs that kind of looked like them, but it had a different color on them. So I decided on just using those. And of course, the purple is in honor of Nicole because she loves purple. I went with the purple and dark furniture at first, and then I thought, as I got to looking at it with the light shining on it, it looked like a completely different shade of purple as the room and the floor kind of looked. So I went with a more darker brown, like the bed frame and all, which I think looked better myself. Yeah, I didn't want to settle for just any curtains. I want something nice. Those colors, those curtains that are raggedy looking, almost was a perfect match. But I didn't want to put raggedy curtains in there. I can understand if you want to put it in a house that was kind of dilapidated and stuff, that'd be fine. But I wanted it to look nice, so I tried to find curtains that looked good and would fit the window, of course. Those purples are pretty damn close. Shrink them, they fit fine. There you go. Yeah, I went with the darker furniture. They look better. It practically just about is the same color as a bed frame, which I thought was nice. Put a little vanity table in there. It's white. I don't remember. I don't think they had a dark brown, so I went with just white. Which there is white on the walls and things, so it's fine. And then I put some little purple things on there for her. And some pretty little purple plants. I love the living room too, but I did want to use that. I couldn't get the tables to go back up against the wall. And I figured out why later on in the video. Because of the chimney. Even though it's still on the front of the house, it's not inside the walls. It would not allow me to put anything up against the wall there. Yeah, I had those white curtains. I'm like, I don't really like them up there. It's a living room. I want to look a little bit more fancier. So I thought, let's try these. Maybe. Look, they kind of look like a yellowish color, and they had some kind of brown on them. So I keep going and keep going. Oh, there's gotta be something over here that looks halfway decent. Those look nice. I put two up there for some odd reason. I have no idea why. But yeah, this is a little square TV because that's what we had back then, and a lot of people that I knew had them. I didn't have a flat screen TV till probably myself. Probably about the 2000s maybe. I started out with a red and white couch. I was trying to find chairs that kind of match. Those look similar. But you can see on them they're more of a brighter red, and that's more of a darker red. I decided to change the couch and put it there. They look kind of similar. But then the more I looked at it, I thought there may be some chairs in there that match actually a little bit better than that. Because they'll actually have white on them. Those were perfect. They have kind of a darker gray on the bottom, but that's okay. I just use those little red side tables. A lot of people had things like that. I know they look metal to me. Most people have like a wooden set, but it's okay. I want to give the room a little bit of a shape, so I kind of moved something around in here. Over there. Nice red and white fireplace. Looks nice. And I had a little foyer I wanted to do a little bit with, so I put the desk and stuff out there. And a little decoration box, of course, if you get to decorate for your holidays. And I had the red-faced plants, and I thought, I think it's a little bit too much red. So I wanted to put, I think I changed it to white. It looked a little bit different. I love how it turned out. I think it's very, very nice. Put some little odds and ends in the little foyer there. A broom and a dustpan, a little thing for shoes, because you know, if it's messy outside, you don't really want to wear your shoes inside. A little coat rack to be able to hang their stuff on, a little ironing board, just some little things, you know, to kind of give it a little bit here and there to make it look a little bit lived, whatever you want to call it. And most people I knew had fish tanks and stuff. Couldn't get anything to go up against the wall, so I just said nope, not gonna mess with it, I'm just gonna do this. And I am sure people still have fish tanks. And this is where I'm gonna build my big deck at, so people can go out and entertain. And of course, a lot of people I knew back then had swimming pools, built-in swimming pools. And I know people still have them, but it was a big thing back then. If you could afford that, you're pretty dang elite back in those days. I started with picnic tables, decided no, I want the one with the umbrella, because that's what I remember seeing mostly. People did have picnic tables, of course, but you know. I had hedges all around this house. I had to remove most of them, except for around the deck, because it was going completely through the house. I don't know why it did, but it did. It fit perfectly up against the wall. For some reason, they bled through. I loved it being hedged all the way around. Actually, I'd take that out. That scooter, it is mod. It's modded. It's from a mod that me and Nicole did a mod review. Well, Nicole did one. I don't think I did. She did. And I take that out with a little green bicycle there. I want to have a little bit of, a little bit of transportation for them. Well, we got about a minute left in the video. I hope you enjoy this. I absolutely love building. I'm trying to branch out, do different things. I know at some point I'll be a lot better than I am now, but I appreciate everything. You guys are great. Thank you so much, everyone. And what do we say? Goodbye, everybody. Hell yeah.